Hello MNC Vision. Thank you so much for your questions. I enjoyed reading every single one of them, and I'll try to answer as many as possible. So, 시작! The first one reads, what's the most interesting impression you got while filming this series in South Korea? I really got the sense that Korea is in the middle of incredible change. Right? The country comes from a really long history of traditions and it has really deep roots. Yet at this moment, it's hurtling towards a future at this breakneck speed. So I feel like there's a lot of push and pull between past and the future, which kind of leaves the present, current day in a state full of tension. So I think it's a really interesting time in Korea right now. The next one reads, what are the risks if South Korean men don't enroll in military service? Is an idol free from his military service duty? That's a great question. South Korea imprisons more conscientious objectors than any other country in the world. So if you refuse to join, then you could potentially face a jail term of up to 3 years. And it's very, very difficult to get an exemption from this. Even BTS is not exempt from military service. Although last year, they did introduce a law that would allow pop idols to defer their military service until the age of 30, because normally you have to complete it and do it by the age of 28. I think we have time for one more question. Did you experience any culture shock as a Korean American in South Korea? Absolutely. First of all, while I'm very familiar with certain aspects of Korean culture, namely being food, I grew up in a completely different universe. The US is very, very different in terms of culture and perspective than I think Korea is. So it was very interesting for me to go back to Korea and really try to understand and relearn and learn a whole different world. So I think that's all the time that we have. But thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity to get to interact with you guys. And don't forget, if you want to watch more, go watch Deciphering South Korea on CNA. And if you want to win some great Samsung prizes, make sure you take part in the contest. Alright, 감사합니다. 안녕.